What's up, guys and ghouls? Welcome to another episode of 31 Days of Halloween. Luna just burped. Did you guys hear that? You're probably gonna end up hearing a lot of thunder. It's thundering and lightning outside, and there's about to be like a massive rainstorm, but I figured how much more relevant can you get for creepy, scary, Halloweenish vibes, so... to give you guys some of my Halloween movie recommendations. I did a video very similar to this a couple years ago. However, I've kind of expanded the list to kind of have a few different categories, so without further ado, let's just jump into it. So I have a couple movies from each category, and the categories are fun, comedy, and thriller/scary movies. Now obviously I chose these movies because I quite enjoy them myself. So whereas this is obviously my taste in movies, if you've seen the movie and you don't like it, please be respectful in the comments. These are just the movies that I really like and give me all of the Halloween vibes, so thanks. Okay, so for the fun Halloween movies category, obviously any Halloween movie that's been debuted on the Disney Channel original movie series, done deal. Like, there's really no explanation needed. Halloween Town, Calabar's Revenge, all of them are very much enjoyable to watch during the Halloween season. Hocus Pocus would obviously be a #1 top 10 out of 10 would recommend movie. Hocus Pocus is by far one of my most favorite movies to watch during the Halloween season. And in fact, I watch it like year-round because I am just obsessed. So I love to get my Sanderson sisters witchy vibes on. Brief synopsis: 3 witches come back from the dead and they're trying to suck the lives of little children in Salem to stay alive forever. Another really fun movie to watch during Halloween, and I guess all of these can just be watched at any time of the year because they're all so fantastic. But Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice is by far in my top 10 favorite movies ever, like, that exist. If you're like me and you were born in the 80s but like grew up in the 90s and you watched the Beetlejuice animated series, my girl, my guy, we get each other. But I love Michael Keaton as Beetlejuice. To this day, I still feel like it's his best role that he's ever done. And you should definitely watch Beetlejuice because if you haven't watched it, I don't know who you are. And for my final fun movie recommendation, that would be Addams Family and Addams Family Values. How can you go through a Halloween season without watching Addams Family? It's like, it doesn't make any sense. You just have to watch it. Morticia is the aesthetic that we should all strive to be in our lives, and Morticia and Gomez's relationship is goals. Shut up about your Harley Quinn and Joker. Shut up about your 50 Shades of Grey BS. The only goal relationship is Morticia and Gomez. Fight me over it. Okay, and moving on to the thriller/scary category, I only have 2 recommendations because I am a wuss and I can't watch anything gory. Unfortunately, I've noticed a trend where Halloween movies or scary movies, thriller movies, they tend to lean more towards the gory aspect as of late. That never used to be a thing, and then more recently, I guess people just really like the shock factor / gross out factor of gore, and I don't like it. It literally makes me sick to my stomach. So I can't watch a ton of like the newer scary movies for that reason. But the 2 recommendations that I have are by far like my favorite scary movies, like scary-ish movies to watch during the Halloween season. One being The Others. I love The Others because it has that shock factor to it, similar to Sixth Sense, where you find out like a huge twist at the end. So if you haven't watched it, I really don't want to ruin it for you because it is one of my favorite movies to watch during Halloween. So go watch The Others. Nicole Kidman is amazing. The whole movie is creepy and scary and just mind-melding, mess with you action, but not action, but like you'll see what I mean. My second recommendation is Amityville Horror, the version with Ryan Reynolds. I could watch that every day of my life and be okay. Well, I wouldn't be okay because it scares the crap out of me, but it's so good. I love that remake. I know a lot of people are usually hesitant about movie remakes, but for some reason Amityville Horror is like my jam. I love it. I love the remake. I thought Ryan Reynolds was so creepy. For some reason, he just totally fits like the creep factor vibe in Amityville Horror, but also while remaining like insanely attractive. It's so weird because he's built. I think he filmed that when he was like still doing like Green Lantern stuff maybe. So he's got like stuff happening on his body that makes him very attractive, but also like so creepy. You'll see what I mean. And just throwing this in there because it just popped in my head, another movie that I can recommend if you're looking to really be freaked out. Like, can't sleep, can't eat, all you can think about is the movie, and you're so scared. And I've watched this movie once in my life and I will never watch it again. It really messed with me. It really messed with like my whole, like, I'll never forget that movie. Like, it's stuck in my head. It is ingrained in my head. I will never forget it. It's always gonna be there with me, and I hate it, and I wish I never saw it. But don't let that hinder you from seeing it, because like I said, I am a scaredy cat. The Skeleton Key with Kate Hudson. Was Kate Hudson in it, right? I think so. I saw that when it first came out, and I never saw it again because it was so scary and it like traumatized me for life. It's a good movie to watch if you're with a group of friends. Do not watch it when you're by yourself. And we'll finish up the video with the comedy category of Halloween movies. So the first one would obviously be Little Shop of Horrors. I am a huge Little Shop of Horrors fan. I've loved musicals since I was younger. In middle school and high school, I was very active in theater. And for some reason, Little Shop of Horrors was just always that like fun, creepy musical that was meant to be more horrifying, but it never really came across as horrifying to me. It was just fun and cute and creepy, but like also really enjoyable. So if you're looking for a really fun movie to watch for Halloween, watch Little Shop of Horrors. Feed me, Seymour! Another movie that I have to recommend, and you can either watch the original or the reboot, I love both of them, is Fright Night. I thought the original was so good when I saw it when I was a little bit younger, and I've just always really liked vampires and like the whole like pop culture around them. I was really into Twilight when I was younger. But Fright Night is awesome. The reboot with Colin Farrell is even so good. And it also has the late Anton Yelchin in it. I love him in that movie. Colin Farrell is so creepy and so amazing. And David Tennant is in it. You guys, like, that should be enough to go watch it. I know a lot of you on my channel are Doctor Who fans, and if you have not seen Fright Night, you have not seen David Tennant in a way that you've never seen David Tennant. It's worth checking out, believe me. Fright Night's really good. I will warn you though, there are some slightly gory scenes, especially in the reboot, but just be aware. And then that guy from Superbad is in it too. Not Michael Cera, not the other guy, the guy with the glasses. I can't remember his name. McLovin? McLovin, he's in it too. Another comedic scary movie that you should watch during Halloween time is Idle Hands. Seth Green is in it, and this guy that I remember being in like a bunch of movies when I was younger, but I can't remember his name now. And then I think What's Her Name is in it. I think What's Her Name and Who Is He and What's It Called are all in that movie. No big deal. I'm really terrible at remembering people in movies. But Idle Hands is basically about this kid whose hand gets possessed by like a demon or the devil, and it is an idol, like it just becomes like a crazy hand that's trying to kill everyone, and like you get to see what he does about his hand, because it's just his hand. Kind of like Parasite, if you guys have ever heard of like that anime slash manga Parasite from Japan. I think it's from Japan, and it's about like these parasites from outer space coming down and like infecting people, and then the whole like point of the parasite story is that one of the parasites gets into a guy's hand and then doesn't like take over his whole body, it just kind of gets stuck here. That was a really weird manga that I read when I was younger. I don't know, go check it out, it's hilarious. And the last recommendation that I have for you guys is Nothing But Trouble. Chevy Chase, Dan Aykroyd, the best. Like, it's just, I can't explain to you how good this movie is. It's so funny and creepy and disgusting and like awesome at the same time. I really don't even have a way to explain to you the plot of the movie because it's so weird. Google Nothing But Trouble, read the plot that they have listed on Wikipedia. That will give you a better idea of what it's about, but it's definitely worth checking out. John Candy is in it too. Like, there's just a whole bunch of awesome people in that movie, and I try to watch it like once or twice a year. It is a little bit hard to find because it's such an older film, but it's definitely worth checking out. Alright you guys, well I hope that you enjoy my movie recommendations. Most of these movies should be available through things like Redbox, or you could probably go to Movie Stop, or even check Amazon and Hulu, because some of them are a little bit older and much more popular, so I would think that they'd be more readily accessible to like the world. But definitely check them out, and I'll have a list down below as well, just in case you don't want to like have to go back through the video and find like a movie I said. I'll have a list down below of all the movie recommendations that I gave you guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys tomorrow for another 31 Days of Vlogoween video. Bye everyone.